Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer. We wish you happy Easter holidays as you celebrate with your loved ones. But the question, what are you going to use? Are you going to smoke vape, the electronic vape? Will the policeman spoil the party? This has been what you've been waiting for. A whole 360 days, you enjoyed your tobacco last Easter. Today, this Easter, are you going to enjoy your vape? What they call the electronic vape, the new model of a cigarette that is in the market. I know the guys of my age don't understand what that is all about. Can one have an electronic cigarette? How? From electricity to electrons to a cigarette. How is this possible? Do you plug to a socket so that you smoke from the socket? How does this thing work called the electronic vape? This is a product that comes from tobacco. That is the first thing that you need to know. It comes from tobacco. And if it comes from tobacco, we have the tobacco control regulations of one that is of 2014. They're here. But they do not mention anything about vape. So, how do you deal with this question? KRA does not allow these things to come into the country. How do they smuggle themselves to come to this country? So those are the questions that Court Helicopter delved into, because the recent analysis, research done, is that it has affected children heavily, especially children below ages of 17. You know the Kenyan law, you can't be allowed to smoke if you are not above 18 years. You can, under these regulations, you cannot advertise tobacco products during the day and during the prime time. That is, you can only be allowed to advertise cigarettes after 10 p.m. on TV or on radio. Have you ever seen a cigarette advert on the roads? They are not there. The low buzz advertisement of cigarettes. So, how do the people now get this vape? The adverts of vape are on social media, are on Facebook, are on Twitter, are on the influencers. You will see an influencer puffing that electronic cigar. They are on the disco halls. The DJs have become the biggest marketer for vape. The DCI must be watching this clip. The effect of vape on a human being is not a joke. I've done research, Court Helicopter. One vape cigarette is unequal to 20 cigarettes. My friend, one is unequal to 20 cigarettes. A packet of cigarettes is 20. So what this thing is doing, for one cigarette, someone has taken a whole packet of cigarettes. It is very, very nice. It looks very nice. The branding and the marketing of it, it's very nice. So we checked and found out that there is a bill in the Senate which has not been passed into the law. It is called the Senate Bills 2020 of the 1st July 2024. What does the bill talk about? In section 2 of this bill, there is an amendment to the main act And it says smoking now means inhaling or exhaling the smoke or vapor of any tobacco product or any other substance delivered through electronic means, and includes the holding of or control over any ignited or activated tobacco product device containing an ignited or activated tobacco product or electronic nicotine delivery device or other substance via vaporizing. So the electronic vape has now been captured. It has been regulated. Although the law has not been assented by the president, it is still a bill in parliament. You can now understand what we are doing it. In B, it brings about tobacco product. It brings in B what is called a synthetic nicotine formulation. Nicotine now can be extracted from tobacco, and it can be extracted through synthetic, just like a plastic. Now the law captures vape on those issues. Then it says, which is intended for use by smoking, inhalation, chewing, sniffing, vaping, or sucking, and includes cigarette papers, tubes, filters, and electronic nicotine delivery devices, and the solutions or liquids intended for use in these purposes. So the law now has captured what you call vape. It moves on to ban. Vape can be out of additives, including fruits, spice, herbs, alcohol, candy, methyl, or related flavors. So the law is growing, and surprisingly, in B, it talks about electronic nicotine delivery system. Means an electronic device that may be used to deliver nicotine vapor or other substances to the person inhaling from the device, including an electronic cigarette, an e-cigar, an e-hookah, and a pipe. The law now has captured everything. It is also dealing with how the e-vape is marketed and it is packaged. The law has captured into all those areas, and in the amendment of this law, that is in section 8, it includes sweets, peremende, snacks. Have you ever seen somebody taking a snack, all of a sudden they start laughing? Toys. The toys. You go, you think you're buying a toy for your child when you are buying a vape. It involves cartoon characters, things that are made of cartoon characters. It involves popular youth motifs. The youths prefer what is called motifs or other similar objects that would reasonably appeal to persons under the age of 18 years in designs that resemble tobacco products. Well, you now understand. Any package that resembles this, you are going to be arrested. So the question is, have you put that advert on your Facebook? Are you smoking vape, putting it on your Facebook? Do you know Facebook is a public place? Do you know you are not allowed to put beer advert on your Facebook? What does the law say? Where is it? Where are you not supposed to advertise all those vape things? 1, institutions of basic education, bad. Places of worship, hospitals, children homes, residential houses, and other premises where children are. Do you know you cannot smoke now where children are in residential places? Public service vehicles, including helicopters and aeroplanes. Police cells. If you are arrested, you cannot take a vape inside a police cell. Offices. But this is my office. Dan Sanomari. Why should I be stopped from smoking? You are not allowed, because unless it's your private office where nobody is. But if they are employees or workmates, that place you cannot allow it. Eating areas, reception areas, lifts, escalators, foyers, stairwells, toilets, public toilets. There are people who go to the public toilet and they start smoking. Below now has captured you. Court buildings. You go to court and you are smoking outside. Factories, cinema halls, hotels, prisons, police stations, educational facilities, railway stations, airports, markets, shopping malls, and retail wholesale establishments, stadia, sports and recreational facilities, and public buildings. The law is now getting to you. Why is Court Helicopter concerned about this issue? It is the health concerned. What are the risks associated with e-cigarettes? What are the risks associated with tobacco? The laws provide that you must put signage, that the law puts. Let me put it to you so that you are aware what the law says. Do you know the law makes you, if you are a hotel owner, if you are an office owner, to put some warnings? If you are a restaurant owner, to put some warnings. But also, if you are selling tobacco-related issues, what does Section 16 provide for the tobacco regulations? It says, a notice must be displayed pursuant to Section 34 with a word warning in capital letters, in red color, or in red color on a white background, so the specifications are there. Then 2, you must put these words: it is an offense to smoke in this premise, in black color on a white background, and followed by no smoking sign composed of a black burning cigarette encircled in red as a set out in a first schedule. You must also put penalty, Kenya shillings 50,000, or imprisonment for a term of 6 months or both, appearing at the bottom of the notice. Lastly, it must be posted at the main entrance, other entrances, and appropriate location for prohibited smoking zones. Wow! The owners of buildings, the owners of business, you are now getting it. If you allow vape, electronic vape in your building over Easter, we talked about shisha, it is illegal. We have talked now about vape, it is illegal. If you put it on your WhatsApp, the DCI will be monitoring whose WhatsApp are putting these things there. Remember, even drinking in public, you must drink in a place that is private. If you drink and put yourself drinking heavily on Facebook, glorifying drink, the children are in Facebook. This is a moral lesson. Our children will be over Easter. Take care. Wakili Dan Sanomari always telling to you, and Court Helicopter wishing you a happy Easter holiday.